Okay, so you're under contract to buy a house and it's so exciting, but now you've got to do the inspections, and typically you've got about 10 days to get all of your inspections done and the repair request over to the sellers. So today we're going to talk to one of the best inspectors in the business, Dan Sherman.
Tank here is supposed to have.
So Dan, thanks for joining us. And
Pleasure.
Let's just launch right into this. Why is it a good idea to get a home inspection before buying a house?
Well, basically it's going to be one of the biggest investments of your life for most people. And in order to make sure they're getting what they expect they're getting, the home inspection allows them to not only get a chance to walk through the home and familiarize themselves, maybe do a little dreaming as we go through, but it also then allows us the time to break down each component of the house, the structure, the design, and help them understand, what's going on with it, whether it's a structural issue, whether it's a plumbing issue, things like that, and basically put together a report that helps them make that decision. And really what it does is it allows them to understand what it is they're buying.
Right, because you're excited when you're under contract, you're about to buy this house, and then it becomes kind of the reality check.
No doubt.
It's time for the inspection, and you want a good inspector, to really look at everything closely, obviously, because things can be missed that could be costly down the road.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's talk about what all is included, first of all, in an inspection.
Well, when we do our inspections, what we concentrate on typically are the 5 major areas of the structure. And that's going to be your roofing, that's going to be your plumbing, your electrical, your HVAC, and your foundation. And along with that comes all of those areas have the potential for water intrusion, a roof, a foundation, etc. So we put some specific emphasis on moisture control.
And when you talk about roofs, all inspectors aren't created equally when it comes to looking at a roof, because some of them go on the roof. Would you go on a roof?
Yes, every one we can get on, I'm on.
And other inspectors will just look at it from the ground with binoculars. I know some have, fly a drone over the roof. What's the best way to really inspect the roof?
The bottom line is if you're going to do the job correctly, it is best to get up on the roof, because there's always going to be things that you're being on that roof and having the perspective from the top of the roof is going to give a much better quality review of that roof. Sending a drone up, taking a look at it, no matter how high def everything is, you're not going to be able to see some specifics about the manufacturer of the shingle. There may be manufacturer defects in the shingles, things like that. So it's in our world, if you're not getting on the roof, that's opening you up to some liability.
Now, a fireplace and a chimney is another area where I feel like we see problems sometimes, and inspectors are not experts on fireplaces, right, and chimneys.
Right. What we're touching on is the the big picture, and with chimneys, fireplaces, things like that, unfortunately, we can't see all the way up inside of them, things like that. So we're looking from the top down, we're looking from the bottom up as much as we can. So by having a professional come out and do like a level 1 chimney investigation, those kinds of additional services can help you make a better determination of condition, etc.
Right, and that's an important point, because if there's any question on the chimney or even on the roof or the furnace, it is good to kind of have a secondary wave of inspections possibly. If you raise the red flag and say, hey, I think we need to look at this some more, that's when you might want to go ahead and hire a chimney inspector or a roofer to actually give you a
Sure.
quote. Right, so it's a good idea to get those inspections, get you in early as possible, so
Yes.
that in case you need to do some more inspections, with
Exactly.
some experts, that you
Last
have
time in the contract.
Right. So when you come in and do your inspection, what do you? It's a whole house inspection, and then you recommend radon and termite.
Yeah, we package all of our inspections with a termite inspection, what most people call a termite inspection. It's actually a wood destroying insect report, and that's going to be checking for all the wood destroying bugs, termites, carpenter ants, carpenter bees, powder post beetles, and the like. And as far as the radon, that's also another great service that is provided through home inspections, etc., for checking the house for those gases. And it is a cancer-causing situation. So it's important from a health standpoint, and this way you're going to set yourself up knowing prior to moving in what those levels are, and if they're high, they can be corrected.
Right, so definitely whole house inspection, termite and radon would be kind of the main three people
That's the
typically do.
biggie.
Right, and it'll cost you maybe about 700 or so, depending on the square footage of the house.
Exactly. Depends on the size of the house, type of the structure, and then the quality of the home inspection that you're getting.
Now, I think people might be surprised to learn that Ohio, you don't have to be licensed to be an inspector, although they've just changed that, right?
correct.
They're in the process of changing it. The law just passed. Is that a
That's
good
correct.
idea to license?
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. It's been a wave going across the country over my career in the home inspection business of 24 years now. So I think it's a good thing that home inspectors are licensed.
Yeah.
This allows to have a industry basic level that says, you know, you will be proficient at least to this level to go out and do those home inspections.
And it requires so many hours, I guess,
Exactly.
of inspections.
Yeah, there's
done.
there's a multitude of things that you have to meet, standards that you have to meet, tests that need to be taken, etc. Even including criminal background checks, so people can feel comfortable with us coming into their home.
Surprising that that wasn't even required in the past.
It's a crazy situation to give your house over to an individual that you don't know and allow them to walk through every square inch of the home. So yes, it's important now that you know, we all have those licensure designation.
And it may cost a bit more for someone that's more experienced, but it's worth it.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't tout being the cheapest home inspection company nor the most expensive, but you get what you pay for.
Definitely, yeah. All right, well, thank you, Dan, for joining us today. I
It
appreciate
was a pleasure.
it.
Thank you for having us.
And we'll see you next time. We'll see you next time on Real Estate 101.